150, says Union Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal. 272 seats reserved for women. Directorate of Census Operations informs inclusion of Myanmar and Bangladesh refugees and Manipur IDPs sheltering in Mizoram in upcoming census. Kukizo Council opposes Home Minister Govindas Konthosam's remark to replace central forces with state forces in hills. And mobile internet ban extended for 2 more days in Imphal West, East, Bishnupur, Tengnoupal and Kachin districts. And now to top stories. District Development Coordination Committee (DDCC), which represents 9 tribes from Tengnoupal and Chandal, has denounced the ban imposed by Kuki Village Volunteer Eastern Zone on the proposed visit of Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand to Tengnoupal district. The committee has reiterated that Naga communities have historically inhabited the Tengnoupal district and described the area as their ancestral homeland. The committee expressed objection to recent claims by certain Kuki groups referring to the district as Kuki land. Speaking to media persons in connection with 9 tribes objecting development of district headquarters at Tengnoupal village, Secretary of DDCC Maurice Makunga urged the government to construct infrastructure of district headquarters at Khebung. DDCC, which represents the Aimol, Moyon, Mongsang, Maring, Tarao, Chothe, Tangkhul, Khoibu and Lamkang communities, warned that it will enforce a total ban along the Imphal to More road from April 20th if its demands are not addressed. Speaking further, Maurice Makunga alleged that Deputy Commissioner of Tengnoupal had not acted on directions from the Additional Secretary Home to examine the feasibility of Khebung and submit a report, thereby delaying decision-making. He also claimed that during a stakeholder meeting held on July 29, 2025, the 9 tribes were not invited and consultations were held only with members of the Kuki community. It further alleged that the current administrative approach could lead to inequitable allocation of resources and infrastructure that does not adequately serve the wider population. While demanding immediate transfer of the Deputy Commissioner, alleging bias and partiality, and reiterated that the construction of the district headquarters infrastructure should be undertaken at Khebung, Maurice Makunga warned to initiate a total shutdown of the Imphal to More road from April 20th.
Volunteers in the Eastern Zone Kaubama, Moigi, Tim Amana, Honorable Chief Minister Manipur na Tengnoupal district to visit Taugunia Visita Mokoina Sangbayaroi and a Triton Tauba, Tengnoupal si Kuki Leni and a Tazindana, Tengnoupal district si Kuki Singini, Highway Rom the Tahan Masi Koi Yaning de, Masi Tauroi Dovni, Tengnoupal district si Ekoigi Naga majority of the district ni, Adanamasi that Kuki sing na Tengnoupal district si Moigi Lamgi type ta, Moina Sumana Kuki Leni and Tazin Masi Matung now Taudananga Gitamata, Nasi Media Tong the Kanganzari, Karigumba, Masigumba, Taurapataraga, Koi peaceful coexistence on the Laminari say, Masi Akai Miam Lakani, Media through the Tanzania. Koi Tengnoupal DCC, Kodaka transport Taugadovni, Amazon, district headquarters, a proposed Tauriba, Yam the Mapam Pazava, Khebung. Community law in accessible over Mapam, Adagi, Lamsu, Yamaranka in the Laiba, Ishing Yam Nungaiba Mapam, Khebung Sita Sagadovni, Mrs. Habigadovni, I said, Gorman Gonda Masiki, weapons at Tanzania. Karigumba, Masiki, Equina, high river demands in say, Taudava Taragadi, I call tribe Mapanga, Loinana, I call Didisina, April 20 the Gina, Infalgi More, Lambise, Maseko Kinzingani, I weapons at Tanzania.
Tengnoupal high river area, Asiki. Population si Naga henmani population jamba se aduna asigumba any development ama packet ke habam batamda district administrator oiriba DCC na Naga tribe mapan bu deny toraga only few Kuki khakta toraga development tawne habisi basi yapum thokte karigumba mafam amada development tawse harabdi mafam duda leiriba jati punna maksu tanaraga basi development si tawgudabani issue group na question laga leiba aduguma mafam duda development tawro karamana development chakot oigadro home department digi home secretary digi laklaga hoji khebung hairiba akoi decision ne piriba mafam sida yaragadi magi land gi feasibility labor leitabra haina yengu haina mabu DC da order lakani asisu DC na order du dishonor tawraga report su pi daba mafam de su survey su tawdaga sumhaina hairiba kuki group khakta tanaraga mafoi development se tawna ba tawra me hebse koina CA digi phamba me adu de natana meeting tawba matam da su DC na amuka magi meeting gi CA se koina RTI thab matam da reply ma pire mi mayam laktabagi meeting tawdre hai adu aikoina sombe thijan matam de mafoi meeting se already loiram kare aduna asina maram oiraga hairiba aikoi DC se asi leibda matik chade habise koi district development coordination committee Tengnoupal asi area sigi oina ma si transfer tawuna matik chai yamna immature oiba aduga district administrator am oiraga mi masak khangdaba lamdugi area gi mi singu usittaba sumaina tawse koina pende.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday asserted in the Lok Sabha that no state, big or small, from any region will face discrimination in the upcoming delimitation exercise linked to an implementation of women's reservation law. Intervening during a debate on key legislative proposals, he assured that the proportion of Lok Sabha seats for each state will remain unchanged, even as the total number of seats may increase. Addressing the special session of Parliament, Modi said the proposed 33% reservation for women under Nari Shakti Bandhan Adhiniyam will give new direction to the country and make law-making more inclusive and sensitive. The House is currently considering Constitution 131 Amendment Bill 2026, Delimitation Bill 2026 and Union Territories Laws Amendment Bill 2026, which aimed at expediting implementation of women's quota. The centre has proposed fresh delimitation based on the latest census, which could expand Lok Sabha strength from 543 to around 850 seats. Meanwhile, the opposition India bloc, led by leaders including Mallikarjun Kharge, has expressed support for women's reservation but raised concerns over the delimitation process. Voting on the passage of the bills is scheduled for April 17. Union Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal on Thursday said in the Lok Sabha that seats of the all states will be increased by 50%. The Law Minister further added that the total Lok Sabha seats will be upped to 815, of which 272 will be reserved for women. The remarks from the Law Minister comes as the centre tabled 3 main bills in Lok Sabha today during these special sessions. These bills focus on reservation for women in the Parliament, delimitation and laws for union territories. The Constitutional Amendment Bill and Delimitation Bill was tabled by Law Minister Meghwal, while Union Home Minister Amit Shah introduced the Union Territories Law Amendment Bill. The NDA-led government have backed the Women's Quota Bill and delimitation, stating that women have waited years for the reservation. While the Women's Reservation Bill was passed in 2023 unanimously, the government did not implement it. The amendment in the bill will focus on implementing women's quota in the Parliament as well as delimitation and revision of Lok Sabha seats based on 2011 census. When it comes to women's bill, the opposition has expressed support but have raised doubts over rushing of the bill by the centre, stating that if the government proceeds with the bill in such a manner, it will undermine India's federal and democratic structure. Meanwhile, southern states have vehemently opposed the delimitation bill, citing that if seats are revised, they will lose out seats in the Lok Sabha due to the implementation of population control measures from 1970s to 1990s. Refugees from Myanmar and Bangladesh, along with internally displaced persons from Manipur currently taking shelter in Mizoram, will be included in the country's ongoing general census. The Directorate of Census Operations clarified that all displaced individuals residing in rented houses or relief camps during the census period will be counted, emphasizing that the exercise is aimed at population enumeration and not linked to citizenship verification. Deputy Director Zamil stated that inclusion of these groups is necessary to accurately assess resource consumption in the state. According to officials, Mizoram is presently sheltering over 28,000 refugees from Myanmar, around 2,300 from Bangladesh, and nearly 7,000 displaced persons from Manipur. The first phase of the census, covering house listing and housing data, began on April 1st, with self-enumeration available online till April 15. The canvasser-based survey started on April 16 and will continue till May 15, during which enumerators will collect and verify household information using mobile application. The second phase, focusing on population enumeration, is scheduled to commence in February next year and will record important demographic details including age, gender, caste, religion, education and marital status. Kuki-Zo Council KZC has expressed strong concern over a statement by Home Minister Govindas Konthousam regarding the proposed replacement of central security forces with state forces in the hill areas. In a press release issued on April 16, the council alleged that since the outbreak of violence on May 3, 2023, state forces have either been complicit in attacks against Kuki-Zo community or failed to prevent incidents, including a looting of arms later used in the conflict. KZC highlighted that central forces have played a stabilizing role, particularly in buffer zones between Kuki-Zo and Meitei areas, helping prevent further escalation. Warning that any withdrawal or replacement of central forces could disrupt the fragile peace and trigger renewed violence, the council urged state authorities to maintain current security arrangement to ensure neutrality, restore public confidence and safeguard peace across communities. Manipur government has extended suspension of mobile internet and data services, including BPN, in Imphal West, Imphal East, Tengnoupal, Kukching and Bishnupur districts for another 2 days from 2 p.m. of April 16. The order issued by Home Department stated that the decision was taken in view of the prevailing volatile law and order situation and risks of spread of misinformation and rumors through social media platforms, which could trigger unrest and violence. Authorities expressed concern over misuse of mobile data services for mobilizing mobs and damaging public and private property, aiding that effective regulatory mechanisms are still not technically feasible. The order has been enforced under temporary suspension of Telecommunication Services Rules 2024 and warned that any violation will invite legal actions. District magistrates of Imphal East, Imphal West, Tengnoupal and Kukching have relaxed curfew from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. However, continued restrictions on unlawful assembly of 5 or more persons and carrying of arms or other prohibited items in sensitive areas remained imposed. Essential services including health, power, banking, education, municipal services, media, telecom and judicial functioning have been exempted from the restrictions. Meanwhile, District Magistrate of Bishnupur has issued separate order relaxing curfew for April 17, allowing public movement from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. across all areas of the district. Shops and retail establishments are permitted to operate during the relaxation period, subject to strict prohibition on carrying weapons or any objects that may use as offensive arms. Essential and emergency services remained exempted beyond the relaxation hours, and all existing prohibitory measures will continue in force until further orders. Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand is scheduled to visit Ukhrul district on April 17 as a part of official tour to review developmental projects and interact with local stakeholders. According to an official communication from the Chief Minister's Secretariat, the Chief Minister will depart from his bungalow at the Babupara at 7 a.m. and halt at Ramba to inspect national highway projects before proceeding to Ukhrul. He will hold an interaction with public leaders and civil society organizations at the mini secretariat, followed by inspection of rigid payment project sites. The Chief Minister will then visit Shirui village to access ongoing works and review preparations for the upcoming Shirui festival, where he will also have lunch. He is expected to return to Imphal by 5 p.m. Tight security arrangements have been put in place for the visit, with anti-sabotage checks and deployment of sniffing dog squad ordered in view of his Z+ security category. Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand today visited the residence of late Dr. Manipur Shik, who passed away recently. Chief Minister offered condolence to bereaved family and also offered prayer at final resting site. In his illustrious career, Dr. Manipur Shik served as consultant and head of pediatrics at Jenims, assistant director of health services, founder teacher of RIMS before he retired in 1999. In 2002, he joined politics and was elected as Congress MLA from Lilong constituency. He served as a Minister of Education, Tourism, Fisheries and also as Speaker of Manipur Legislative Assembly. Speaking on the sideline, Chief Minister Khemchand remembered Dr. Manipur Shik as a humble leader who devoted his life in public welfare. The Supreme Court of India has directed the High Court of Manipur to expedite disposal of pending election petition, taking into account the upcoming Manipur Assembly election scheduled for February 2027. A division bench comprising Chief Justice Suryakant, Justice Joy Malia Bakshi and Justice Bipul M. Pancholi passed the order on April 16, 2026. The petition was filed by Oinam Nabakishore under Article 32 of the Constitution, seeking early disposal of election petition number 9 of 2022 pending before the High Court. Nabakishore, who contested the 2022 Manipur Assembly election from Bishnupur constituency, had challenged the election of Govindas Konthosam, the state's Home Minister, and Ningthokjam Joy Kumar Singh. The matter is currently under final hearing, with the next date scheduled for April 20. A major political shift was seen in Nungba on Thursday as a large number of BJP leaders and workers formally joined the Indian National Congress (INC) during block-level Congress Workers' Conference cum reception held at Nungba Common Ground. Organized by Nungba Block Congress Committee, the event was attended by around 5,000 delegates from across 54 Nungba Assembly constituency, indicating surge in grassroots support for Congress ahead of the upcoming elections. The program comprised prayers, cultural performances and addresses by party leaders, with formal induction of new members taking center stage. Senior leaders including Gaikangam Gangmei and Adai Faumei were present, along with other important figures. Speaking at the event, newly inducted members expressed optimism about development prospects under Congress, while party leaders called for unity and support in the forthcoming electoral contest. The program concluded with a vote of thanks and closing prayer, as leaders described the mass joining as significant boost to the party's momentum in the region. Kokomi advisor Sunil Karam has cautioned that the government should not hurt the sentiments of a community while trying to appease another community. He was speaking in a sit-in protest held at Patsoi Bazaar, demanding justice for the victims of Tronglaubi incident and the subsequent firing upon protesters by CRPF personnel. Speaking further, Sunil also criticized the incumbent government of acting against the aspirations of the people while slamming Kuki narco-terrorists for triggering flare-ups in the state.
Proxy war koyaba. When a land was in the Haiti, and in the Maka, say, Pahan Gadorido, Maram Ganagana. I quite me Masak Kangaba, Purumasen Kanabo, Targadi, Hamnabamatanda, Tahikra Tambaya, City to me. Kawadabu, Moiki Kuanum, the Leraba, Cookie, suspension of Operation Hydra, no my Kapner Roy, Gomero Indaka, what is Harasi? I quite me Harpa, security Harpa, shoes up, right by wishing the Hakaba Hydra, suspension of Operation there, Masi agreement on the Heva. Atuki Tona Batukana, Moiki Makada Ladyba, Atukumba military Mayamzingo, Sinoi Togano. Noi came the Layo, Noi Hindokar, the Noishu, my city, Kaksanani, Heck Haiba Matanda, the Nungala, Namoyaba.
On the other hand, Women Development Association Patsoi Part 1 Secretary Mutum Ibemcha demand justice for the victims of the two tragic incidents.
Mamagi maktabong kanya na tumna na iba ang ito mo katong pinaga kalam mamagi punsina kalam na nungay na tatado na lagi tageba CRPF saw na ba miyama dubo laksan na bagin ni hayda na kulay para ba ni mata ko akapa maruna paano na sikiba siya atuki matik tamoy so na nungay diba ko India government Manipur government alisin nga sibugda siri ba ani ahom dugi mata da kalam ba eksal lokal pinaga ba nga sibugda lokal hayba ta diba.
Protests against the recent Tengnoupal attack and the subsequent firing upon protesters by CRPF personnel continues to spread as mass sit-ins were held today at Kundrakpam, Kewa Furju, Sagulmang Kewa Company, Yumnam Patlo, Yumnam Kuno, Jingku, Sambai, Pangai and Kurai under the banner of Kokomi. During the protests, several women who spoke to reporters denounced the two incidents which claimed the lives of 5 civilians, including 2 minors who were sleeping with their mother in their home. They demanded that the government carry out an intensified military crackdown against Kuki armed groups and called for the withdrawal of central security forces from Manipur. Some protesters even warned of another Nupilan if the central and state governments remained mere spectators to the terrorism carried out against the indigenous population.
Masa haibasi mama mapa oibisingi PG landi adugumba PG lalladubu kudakta happy thaba miyo yamana mama mapa aduna karamdal hingduna leiba ngamgadori bano hujik mama adu kambida ngawudong ngawduna leramgani hujik phabu laikana duna leiri asigumnaba kuki militant mara leibasing asibu haduna hujik paliba sarkar asina dandi bibiyo aduga Praja miyam aikoibu ngak nanaba thamniba CRPF na misam praja aikoida direct atamdana masada kapsanduna happy kiba adugumba CRPF personnel sing logi mateng lauraga makoi sing adubu kanthokphigo salhamphiko state government amadi central government na khoigi Manipur gi lejari ba chamlaba praja mayam asibu ngak aitaminam nuna operation tawre mi phare ba mi adu chu akoi praja mayam do bachak puthoga uhonbi daba adugi damaktai khoina yamna thamoi chungna nungai taba phawi sarkar na tawiriba lila asidi khoi yamna nungai jade athuba matamda central amadi state government ani na pinchale haraga khoigi Manipur sanale ba asida bukanna bagi damakta thabak lakhal haningi
Misamda onsillaga kapak kuki militant singse athuba matamda chairak pibiu government athuba matamda masigi solution ama pubidaktuna santi amukta hajanbiu haiba wafam che koigi side tagi hanna na thamjari
sulai taba lupa la kharana nioi bigi punchibu ona gani khanme masi yazening de siangna harbada aduga athuba matamda ngasi paliba sarkar asina nyakba puthopiduna dandi pibiu Manipur sida laiba mama obi khuding mak mit sindari ba piraga se athuba matamda kanghanbiu haiba se ai deni ngasi gi.
Social Reformers Club Kurai Puthiba Nandaibam Lekai organized a sit-in protest against the recent Tengnoupal incident and the subsequent firing upon civilians by CRPF personnel against protesters in a camp at the locality today. Speaking on the sidelines, Mongjam Hemanta strongly condemned both the incidents, which took the lives of 5 civilians, including 2 minors. He further urged the government to take appropriate measures to prevent such incidents from happening again and to restore peace and normalcy in the state.
ida angangani kuki narco terrorist singne aina singna busingna bom kapsan na hatok kidiba adudagi miyam na saudana mana ko leba sya bimna su kemde yingidi haibudagi koisau ro miyam na thongjan na tawbe ho du su miyo ahum mama makata na sidiba adugumba thogo adu penda dana ai kurai maigei maira paibi sing amasung club sing na punthalaga asigumba masi khonjabani India government na amasung Manipur lengang na asigumba thogo si makata na mon bidana ba lengang su na.
And now before I move on to other news, let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Keep watching SKTV News.
Taibang pampak thak asida aikoge irakta tinbiramba gauro thongam sana taibang punsi sengje loiraduna magi nungsinjaraba imung manung marup mapang amadi sagaina tai punam phu thadoklamlaga haukiba saichat taranithoi thamari lisingani kuntaruk kumja sajibugi kunmangani panba yaiparaba koro nomaijing numita mapugi leikonda leirang leinam oina tinkrei lakliba saichat tarataruk thamari lisingani kuntaruk kumja sajibugi kunmapani panba yaiparaba koro sagol sel numita mangani lehun tamjaraga lakliba saichat kunithoi thamari lisingani kuntaruk kumja kalengi tarukni panba yaiparaba koro yumsa kaisa numita lana thorom thokle numit asida leikidrabagi yaibi thawai mirelna mapugi leikonda ingna sikna leiruna magidamak ngamjaba hairang leirang kharadang mapugi mingkhai sak sonjaduna mapugi khuya khada kachagadauri thoram asida ahallaman ima ibel amadi marup mapang khwai khibikna matam sana lengbiraktuna mapugi mingkhai sak sonjababu yaubiranaba paujenjari paujel sasabagi ayon aran khibik ngakpigani Thogurel Singh, Thongam Bir Kumar, Manau Nupa, Amasung Imung Manungi Mioy Singh, Thoram Pareng, Ayupung Nipan, Haikaleka Tamba, Ayupung Nipan Makai, Mapugi Mingkai Sakson Jaba, Ayupung Taramatoi Makai, Thoram Loiba, Thoram Pangthokpam, Taubungkok Makalekai.
Great opportunity for local operators. SKTV is expanding. Come and be a part of SKTV revolution with high-speed internet, IPTV along with OTT and other benefits. We are building stronger connections through franchising. Become a local cable operator and provide reliable information and entertainment to your neighbors. Unlock your growth with our technology and top-tier service. So if you're looking for exclusive partnership opportunities, then please call us at 700-5259-437 or 897-420-9157.
Welcome back. Now proceeding with other news. Thawai Mirel Media Coordinator Kunram Mocha has urged the general public to extend possible support to Malim Thongam, who is facing a case before the Tis Hazare Court. He claimed that the transgender social activist sold 0.15 acres of our 0.20 acre residential plot to meet the requirements of our nationwide cycle trip, which aimed to spread a message of peace and harmony. Addressing a press meet at Malim's residence in Maibakun, Meitei Leepun today, Mocha observed that the public should support Malim Thongam in her struggle for a social cause, noting that the fifth hearing for a case related to her hunger strike conducted at Delhi University Arts Faculty campus to protest the Manipur crisis is scheduled on April 23rd. The Thawai Mirel Media Coordinator sought public support of her. Meanwhile, Malim Thongam stated that she will leave Imphal for the court hearing. The transgender social activist further said that she will file an appeal before the Supreme Court seeking legal suit against ITLF and KOTU regarding their restriction on her Peace Solo Ride campaign. She also announced a nationwide signature campaign called Campaign to Move Freely in Manipur from April 17 to May 15. Meitei Leepun has expressed discontent on issuance of notice of appearance FIR against its chief Heshnam Silin and Lupsel Purel Ladigengbam Bedik alias Bode for allegedly demanding the stance of Uripok MLA during a rally that was organized by Uripok Apun Balup and Uripok Nupi Apun Balup on April 12th. In a press note issued by Langjing Purel of Meitei Leepun, Thaubei, the group has asserted that if the two leaders of Meitei Leepun are arrested, then all members of the group must be arrested. The group also thanked the people of Uripok constituency for standing with Meitei Leepun. Tribal Youths Council Manipur (TYCM) sent a memorandum to President Draupadi Murmu on April 16, 2026, requesting amendment of the presidential order dated 20 June 1972 Hill Areas Committee Manipur under Article 371C with the powers of legislative, financial, executive, land and customary practices. In a press release issued by its Media Information Department, TYCM claimed that the 1972 order issued by then President V.V. Giri was meant for the administration and development of Manipur's hill tribal communities, adding that the order has not been changed in 53 years and is now outdated. Claiming that the presidential order does not confer any legislative, financial or executive powers and grants only recommendatory powers to the HSC, the organization added that the existing framework of the HSC Manipur under Article 371C of the Indian Constitution has proven largely ineffective. TYCM observed that the territorial description in the 1972 order number longer matches the present districts as it defines the hill areas as Manipur North, East, West and South. It noted that new districts like Kangpokpi, None, Ferjol, Tengnoupal and Kamjong were created in 2016 and emphasized that the order needs to be aligned with the current administrative structure. The Nagas in Cambodia, NACAM, successfully organized its 20th annual meet from April 12 to 14 at Cambodia Country Club in Phnom Penh, bringing together members of Naga community during the Khmer New Year celebrations. The three-day gathering was participated by 43 adults, including missionaries and young adults, along with 14 children out of nearly 100 registered members. The annual retreat is served as a platform to strengthen unity, foster fellowship, and promote spiritual growth among participants. Highlights of the event included fellowship services led by Besti Panmei and observance of Lord's Supper conducted by Reverend Gikuha Su, alongside communal meals and interactive sessions. A business meeting held during the event elected new office bearers for 2026 to 28 term, with Theophilus Gangmei as President, John King as Vice President, Kerisi Kenau as Secretary, and Gyang Gonmei as Treasurer. The meet concluded with a Reverend Fun Night featuring choir competitions, talent shows, and activities for children. At recent gathering, Reverend Gihua Su urged the Nagas in Cambodia to prioritize the annual meet as a vital platform for unity and encouragement, while the newly elected president reaffirmed NACAM's commitment to supporting Naga individuals in the country. Kuki CSO Working Committee Ukhrul has issued a rebuttal to recent claims by the Central Working Committee and Kanqui Thod Khon, calling them misleading, rejecting CWC-TFNO's allegations that the civilian convoy was threatened by Kuki militants on National Highway 202 at 9 a.m. on April 14. The organization said the claim was unverified and irresponsible. It further asked CWC-TFNO to immediately stop allegedly branding every unidentified individual on the national highway as a Kuki militant without evidence, stating that it is a deliberate attempt to manufacture fear, mislead the public, and malign the entire Kuki community. The organization said that the CWC-TFNO's version was conspicuously incomplete. And now the weather report. According to ICAR Regional Center, Lumpur state's maximum temperature was recorded at 28.5 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 15.5 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 85% in the morning and 61% in the evening today. As per report, Manipur received a maximum rainfall of 7.2 millimeters in the last 24 hours. On the other hand, India Meteorological Department has forecast isolated rain and thunder showers across Manipur from April 16, affecting districts including Tamenglong, Senapati, Kangpokpi, Imphal West, Imphal East, Ukhrul and Kamjong in the north, and Jiribam, None, Bishnupur, Thoubal, Kakching, Tengnoupal, Chandal, Churachandpur and Ferjol in the south, with a warning of thunderstorms accompanied by lightning and gusty winds reaching at 30 to 40 km per hour at isolated places on April 16. Rainfall is expected to continue in parts of the hill districts on April 17 and 18, while several valley and southern districts may experience intermittent dry weather, with overall conditions are likely to turn largely dry across most districts from April 20 onwards. And now the sports news. In boxing, Zendev Thingbajam has brought laurel to Manipur as he won the International Himalayan King Promotion Boxing event, which was organized by Indian Boxing Council at Himachal Pradesh, Shimla. Led by international boxer Deep Laishram, the boxer Zendev Thingbajam defeated his opponent Monu Kumar of Haryana to emerge as the winner. Zendev Thingbajam is the son of OG TH Bijain and DTH Haitham Deepa of Top Awang Lekai, Tensit Road. On the other hand, the founder of Aztec Fight Studio, Thangjam Pramanda, has congratulated Zendev Thingbajam and Deep Laishram on their victory and has wished for success in all their future endeavors. All Manipur Football Association Imphal has announced a list of players and officials who will represent Manipur in the upcoming Swami Vivekananda Under-20 Men's National Football Championship 2026 that will be held from May 2nd at Ramakrishna Mission Ashrama Ground in Chhattisgarh's Nayaranpur. Imphal has named 18 players and Tombi Macha as team manager, M. Deben as head coach. A praise note issued by General Secretary of Imphal L. Jyotimoy Roy has urged the selected players to report at artificial turf ground Lamlong Thongkhong at 8 a.m. on April 18. Manipur will play its opening match against Nagaland on May 2nd. Manipur is placed in Group B along with Nagaland, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu and Chhattisgarh. And before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. District Development Coordination Committee DDCC calls on a Kuki Village Volunteer East Zone to immediately withdraw a ban imposed on proposed visit of Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand to Tengnoupal district. Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Lok Sabha assures no state, whether north or south, will be discriminated in upcoming delimitation. Lok Sabha seats across states to increase by 50%. Total strength to reach 815, says Union Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal. 272 seats reserved for women. Directorate of Census Operations informs inclusion of Myanmar and Bangladesh refugees and Manipur IDPs sheltering in Mizoram in upcoming census. The Piso Council opposes Home Minister Govindas Konthosam's remark to replace central forces with state forces in hills. Mobile internet ban extended for 2 more days in Imphal West, East, Bishnupur, Thoubal and Kaching districts. Well, that's all we have for today. Thank you for watching SKTV News and keep watching for more news updates. Till then, good night.